Hi Virgo, welcome to your end of the month reading for love. This is Carmilla and my channel is the Fool's Journey Tarot. So thank you for joining me today. I did a Leo reading earlier and have taken quite a lengthy break in between the reading for Leo and your reading because I needed it. It was a really mentally challenging reading, but it ended up being a really awesome reading for Leo, frankly. At least I felt it was. I don't know how Leo feels about it, but I liked it. Anyway, I was inspired to go ahead and try again with you guys, and I wanted to use a brand new deck that I've had for about a week. And because I'm using a new deck, I have to wear my reading glasses so I can see the cards a little bit more clearly because I'm just not as familiar with them as I am my other decks. Anyway, let's get started. So Virgo, this reading may resonate for you if you have Virgo anywhere in your chart. It is a general love reading, so it may resonate for you pertaining to a romantic love, friend, family, foe, co-worker, platonic relationship, you name it. Whatever energy happens to be surrounding you. Also, if you are watching this video a month or year or 16 years from now, it may resonate for you as well. My intention is to reach the people who need this message the most and who will benefit from it the most. So take it or leave it, whatever works for you. Sometimes when you're watching a reading, it can feel like it's not your energy. Maybe you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. So be flexible. Consider all options. And if this reading doesn't resonate for you, check out some of the other videos if you have another placement of some sort in your birth chart. For example, I have a lot of Libra in my chart, so I like to watch Libra videos. I watch all of them, frankly. And a lot of times I'll get information regardless of the sign. So I recommend that for other people too, because it works for me. I'm just saying. Okay, Virgo. Let's see what is up with you. Your underlying energy, Four of Pentacles. These illustrations on this deck are amazing, by the way. I really like to look at them and examine them closely. You have the King of Wands. Both of these are from the bottom of the deck. This is your energy. Hanging on to something right now, Virgo. It's making you feel a little angry, maybe annoyed, maybe fed up. I think it may have something to do with the financial realm. Maybe you're worried about saving up or having enough to pay the bills, or your job is just unsatisfactory, but you're hanging on to it because you don't know what, where you go or what you would do if you left that job. Okay, let me just look at these for a few minutes before I lay out any clarifiers. So like I said, in your underlying energy, you have the Four of Pentacles and the King of Wands in reverse. I'm going to turn this card over for you so you can see the illustration. So the King of Wands is naturally a go-getter, someone who is ambitious, someone who is a leader within the community or the family. A lot of people look up to the King of Wands. He can command a room. In the reverse, however, this king can have trouble with anger issues, maybe just feeling moody, things aren't going your way. And again, that might have to do with feeling like you have to hang on to something related to maybe a financial burden or something of that nature. You have the Page of Swords in reverse and the Five of Swords in the upright. So there may be, I was looking at this card in a reading for myself earlier, and this is kind of an interesting card because if you look closely at the illustration, the man looks like he's fending off a group of wolves. But what is he fending them off from? Aside from his own life, which they don't look like they're out to attack him. In fact, if you look closely, they don't look aggressive at all. And he is in this barren wasteland with just a fire and a couple swords around him. There's no other belongings, no other people. So what's he fighting for? This Five of Swords in this deck can indicate there's just something you're fighting for that's pointless, or not worth the effort, or if you're fighting somebody or something, they've already given up, so why are you still, the stance of like you're ready to chop heads off? And the Page of Swords, this is a really interesting illustration because this person is holding this huge, massive sword, and frankly, it's too big for them. I don't think this person can handle this sword in a safe manner, yet they seem to be full of confidence, don't they? Look at that person's face. Like, I got this. But this is also in the reverse. I think you may be feeling a little insecure about admitting maybe that you're fighting for something that doesn't feel like it's worth it. Doesn't feel like it's worth it for you. So I'm just pausing here for a minute because we have the King of Cups here on the table. This could be you or it could be somebody else, but right now I feel like it's you. Paired with the Ace of Swords in reverse. This is a really powerful image too. I want to show it to you, but I need to look at it. Like I said, this is a new deck to me, so I like to really look at the images as I analyze them. And this is in reverse, but you can kind of tell, aside from the fact that it looks like it's stabbing into this wolf of fire. Again, we have wolves here. Stabbing into that animal, fire animal. So yours is in the reverse, and then the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is usually a very loving, fatherly figure. Someone who not only has all the love in the world, but wants to give all the love in the world. This king is just sitting on his throne, holding his cup with this silly-ass, shit-eaten grin on his face. He's got his feet in the water, like he's watching, 15 grandchildren in the river, and he just couldn't be happier. He's got all the love he needs, all the love he wants, and he's ready to give that much back. But I feel like this king is facing some difficult truths. Maybe a decision that was made that has them feeling that this happiness might be threatened, or this love might be threatened. In the upright, it almost feels like, it's a harsh decision, but it was righteous. It had to be done type of thing. This dangerous animal had to be killed for the safety or whatever, or for the good of the cause. But in the reverse, maybe it was a decision that was made with that pretense, but then didn't end up being that, didn't end up being worth the fight. A hollow victory. And maybe you're right now feeling a little bit wary of admitting that. So we have the Eight of Cups and Five of Wands, both in the reverse. Five of Wands traditionally means conflict. Eight of Cups traditionally means like moving away from an emotional situation or circumstance. In the reverse, the Eight of Cups would mean that you're feeling stuck, feeling like you can't move away from a situation, maybe emotionally connected in a way that you just can't get free from. And then the Five of Wands in the reverse can indicate leaving behind a conflict, or it could be external conflict turning into internal conflict, because this feels like kind of mental or emotional angst regarding maybe a decision that was made that ended up backfiring related to a love situation. There was good intentions, but it backfired. So in the upright, I want to show you the images in the upright. Hang on. Carmilla's sitting on my shoulder and she's stepping all over my hair. Okay. So in the upright, I mean, remember both of these are reversed for you in your reading. So if you look at Five of Wands, for example, in this image, is very, actually, you know, Five of Wands traditionally means conflict. Maybe issues within a family or a group dynamic or even with just a single person. But this picture shows a group of men battling with these sticks, and one guy's just kind of hanging out in the background looking. And they seem to be having a great time. They're all blindfolded, kind of trying to hit each other. But the guy in the background who's not participating is looking at a hornet's nest that is, or wasp's nest, whatever it is, that's hanging in the tree, and he knows one of them is going to smack that thing and really unleash the true hell. You know, this might be playful banter back and forth, playful fighting back and forth, but it's not going to be that way for long. And I think that's what that might represent in the reverse, is that somebody hit that goddamn hornet's nest and unleashed the wrath. And having to deal with that aftermath has got you stuck. That's what I got right now. That's what I have right now. Okay, let's get some clarifiers for you. Use the Gilded deck for that. Okay, so I just want to say too, because I've had this deck for about a week, and I have a couple of tarot readers that I like to watch on YouTube. They're my favorites, and I watch every single one of their videos. One is Water Baby, and the other one is Adelina Bond, and her channel is called Mana. And Water Baby just got this deck as well, and I received it in the mail, I don't know, about a week ago or whatever. And I was watching one of her readings, I think it was 2 days ago, and she said, I just got this deck and it's brand new, but you know, my spirit guides are telling me to use it. And she pulls out this deck that I got. And I'm like, what the fuck? Water Baby got the same deck I did, same week I did. That's freaking awesome, because I love her. If you have not watched her videos, or Adelina Bond's videos for that matter, check them both out, because I cannot speak more highly of both of them. I have other nice, I have other readers that I really like that I think are nice and do a good job, but those are two of my favorites for sure. Mana, or Mana, M-A-N-N-A, and it's Adelina Bond is her name. Water Baby is the other one, and she does not reveal her name, but she just goes by Water Baby. Both phenomenal readers. Super fun to watch. Anyway, I was pretty pleased that it was fun. It was neat that she had the same deck that I was using and I'd just gotten. Okay, I'm way off. Sorry, Virgo. I need to get back to you. Back to you. Karma says, back to you, Virgo. Okay, I'm back on track. Let's talk to Virgo and stop talking about cards and other YouTubers. Okay. So, underlying energy, you have the Ten of Pentacles paired with the Four of Pentacles. So this whatever financial burden, job, situation that you're hanging on to, or obligation, feels like it might be an obligation, resulted in separation or breakup or some kind of family strife. Actually may have resulted in loss of finances rather than gain. You were hanging on to something that ended up being, you know what, you can't climb my glasses. She does this when I wear my glasses. Okay, Carmilla, just hang tight up there for a minute, okay? So the King of Wands, then in reverse, we have the Three of Cups in reverse paired with him. And I do feel like whatever it was you were hanging on to, you're mad about this too. You're mad at yourself about this, because I do feel like somehow it has resulted in some kind of strife or problems within a group dynamic. It could be a family situation. It could be a family situation or a group of friends. It's caused some problems, and you're mad at yourself because you're blaming yourself for this. That's what I'm seeing right now. You're feeling some grief over the fact that you don't want to fess up to this. You don't want to admit, I think, that you feel like you were fighting a battle that shouldn't have been fought. That it ended up being a battle that, was ultimately, the devil energy surrounds it. So it wasn't for the good. And the devil energy could mean anything from maybe you were fighting to hold on to a job that really wasn't bad for you or wasn't good for you because it was poor for your health. It was bad for the family dynamic. It hurt a relationship within the family. You earned a bunch of money, but you ended up losing relationships because you were just married to your work and not devoted enough to the ones that you love. And you're trying to repair that now. Oh, King of Cups just came out again. I like this combination with these decks. Definitely gonna use this again. So we have the King of Cups is trying to heal or trying to recover from this decision. He knows he made a mistake. And I say he just because it's the king, but it's I'm gonna I just poked my eye with my glasses. I'm just gonna leave them off. She's hanging on them. What? What are you making so much noise for? You want to talk to Virgo too? You're distracting me. So this King of Cups, that's, like I said, I was calling it King and Him because that's just the energy of the card. But this could be a female, of course. This is just someone who's loving and who cares deeply for his family, and you're trying to recover from that. You're trying to come out of this feeling like you may have disappointed some people or let some people down in some way because of this decision or this battle you've been fighting, which ended up being a hollow victory for you because you may have won the battle, but like I said, lost in other ways. Like it got the best of you. Ace of Swords. Maybe you kept this secret for a little while, and it's gotten the best of you. That's what I'm getting out of this with the Chariot. These good intentions got away from you, and you moved towards disappointment instead, and now you're trying to recover from that. You're trying to regain the love of your family or your status within the family, or a relationship that maybe was lost or damaged because of this. And the King of Cups, like I said, came out again. He's clarifying the Five of Wands in reverse, and we talked about that hornet's nest coming down because I think that you have a lot of mental anguish. This is your energy again, and I think it's you who's experiencing something that was external that's internal now because you don't want to admit it. This sword, this truth is too big for you to handle, and you're grieving this. You feel lost, you feel a loss of hope because you don't want to admit this. You don't want to come out with the truth because it's just too big. You don't know if you can handle maybe the results or how people will react when they hear that you've admitted to whatever happened. Again, I'm feeling like you're hanging on to something or fighting for something because you really did believe, at least at one time, that it was for everybody's good. Not just for your good, but for theirs. You're stuck. I don't know. I think you're stuck on the idea that there's some time running out, or you've missed a deadline of some sort, or you're running out of time, a window of opportunity that to reveal or give this information to whoever needs to hear it, to come out with the truth. But you're fixated on that. You're stuck on that right now. You're stuck on the idea that time is running out. And that's what's got you in your head, King of Cups. That's what's got you in your head right now. Let's see, do you want to clarify? Let's do Rider Waite. So Virgo, I'm going to come out and say this because it's something I believe, but I think it rings true for a lot of people that you just simply can't go wrong with coming out with the truth. You just can't go wrong with telling the truth. And the truth can be painful, the truth can be awkward, the truth can be uncomfortable, but more than anything else, any other negative thing that the truth might be, it's liberating because it's the truth. And you can't get away from the truth. Nobody can get away from the truth. People try all the time. People try all the time to avoid telling the truth or admitting it, whatever, but you cannot get away from it because it always comes, that's when the tower comes down, when the truth ultimately comes out, because you can't hang on to it for that long. It'll catch up to you. You can try to. A lot of people do, I know, and you know, maybe instead of talking about this big ugly truth that has you in your head, you've been kind of sweeping it under the rug for a while because you're, you know, giving excuses or little stories about why, oh yeah, this happened because of this, this, and this, or I was hanging on to this job because, you know, I just didn't feel like looking for another job, or, you know, I had the hours were right. I was able to, you know, have my days free, maybe nighttime job. My days were free, so I could do what I wanted with my friends during the day, and then I worked at night. Whatever it was. You know, you do have. I'm going to throw this out there because this might apply, and we do have the King of Cups here. So the King of Cups is a loving person, right? But we've got the Three of Cups out here too, clarifying the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, we talked about maybe having some anger issues, or I think you're just mad at yourself. But this can be infidelity. This can be a third-party situation. Maybe there is a small group of you out there who is struggling with the fact that you were hanging on to, I got hair in my mouth. It's freaking driving me nuts right now. There, I think I got it. Sorry, Virgo. I'm having a hell of a day today. It's a great day, but it's freaking been challenging. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, if this is a third-party situation, you could be angry at yourself for having, you know, hung on to this relationship with this other person, and it caused some, you know, a separation, maybe even a divorce, because Ten of Pentacles in reverse can indicate divorce, where you have to divide the assets, you know, sell the house, whatever, custody battle, this and that, right? So for some of you, it could be a third-party situation. You've been keeping to yourself. You were giving out the love, but maybe just a little bit too much love. I mean, he's not in reverse. So if this was a third-party situation, you know, sometimes our relationships in our lives just expire. They run out. You know, they run out. Just times run out on certain things in our lives, and we walk away from it. So maybe that's your case, where you just needed to move on with somebody else. Like I said, that could just be a small portion of you. This could be, I could be reading for two separate groups. One group that hung on to a financial situation which ultimately resulted in strife for the family, or within a partnership, or within a group, and the other side of you, the other group of you, maybe hung on on to or start a relationship with somebody else, and it resulted in some breakup and separation and some strife within the family. Or it could be both. Right, Virgo? Could be both. Okay, I think I've shuffled these enough. I'm sitting here just shuffling. Let's get on with it. Jesus H. Queen of Wands. Oh, this might be the other woman. Oh my goodness. I say that because she's clarifying please don't bite me. She's picking up on the energy. This nagging, biting. This is nagging on you. This might be the other woman you were hanging on to, the Queen of Wands. And I say that because she's clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. Okay, you need to get on the table because I'm not going to sit here and have you bite me. Honestly. I'm sorry, Virgo. She is not going to behave. I'm just going to let her sit on my head for a while. At least she's not biting me up there. And I'm pretty sure she won't shit on me up there. I'm pretty sure, I can't guarantee it. Whatever. Oh my god, I'm sitting here yapping away with this other woman, Queen of Wands. If it is even another woman, maybe it's just a partner. Maybe I'm just getting carried away with this whole Three of Cups deal. But there's the King of Cups now. This is the third time he's come out on the table, and he's clarifying the King of Wands. This is you. I think you had well, I'm just going to say it. I think this is a third-party situation. Let's see what else comes up on the board. Let's see what else comes up. You got the World in reverse, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is a cycle that's about to close, breakup of a family, perhaps. You've gone inward about this, seeking answers. This is clarifying the Three of Cups in reverse, seeking answers regarding this relationship. Trying to figure out if it's the right thing, if you should move forward with this or not. It's a big ugly truth that you don't want to reveal. Fighting for this relationship. It feels like the devil energy to you because you know you're causing some pain in a family or another love relationship. This message is going to bring the end, the Ten of Swords, clarifying the Page of Swords in reverse. This message is going to bring the end, and you're grieving that. Holy shit, Virgo. You're grieving this. You're grieving it, but at the same time, you know you need to do it. This battle's going nowhere for you. It's created you're at a stalemate situation. I just can't have you up there anymore because I'm afraid you're going to shit on me. Can you be nice and sit down there for a little bit, please? Please let me get through this reading. I would put her away, but that means I have to leave and go into the other room, this and that. I'm just going to see if she's behaving. Yeah, well, please just let me finish this. So this is something, Virgo, that has transpired over time. You are definitely dealing with, this has been going on for a long time. Seven Pentacles in the upright, and then the Empress came out in the reverse, indicating maybe you feel like this was a selfish move on your part. There's the Three of Cups again. There's the Three of Cups again with the Five of Wands in reverse, clarifying the Five of Wands. And injustice, feeling stuck, feeling like time is getting away from you, and you know that you have to come clean. You have to fess up. You have to fix this, whatever that looks like for you. There's no movement on the grieving. In other words, you're not healing right now. You know that you need to come clean. And clarifying the devil, we have the Eight of Wands. At this point in time, the devil's winning. At this point in time, the devil's winning. Virgo, because you're not taking action on coming out with the truth that's uncomfortable and hard for you, but you have to do it. You don't have to do anything. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what I know from experience, that you can't get away from the truth. So in my perspective, from where I come from, and the reason why I cling to the truth in my own life is because why avoid it when you know it's inevitable? got the King of Wands down here on the Chariot. You want to move forward with this passionate new relationship. You want to move forward with this Queen of Wands. But you haven't talked about it. You haven't revealed it yet. You're still avoiding it because you think it's a selfish move. You're trying to heal. Maybe you've even separated from this person at some point in time. You may have even separated from this third party, this Queen of Wands, but it left you feeling lonely. Feeling sad, feeling defeated because you want this person in your life. You're feeling very insecure and certain about how this information will ultimately affect the others around you. And there it is again, the Page of Swords, this time in the upright. But you know the time is running out. The time is running out to come out with this information. And you're fixated right now on the fact that you know you have to talk about this. Because right now, and this is injustice for you too. This is feeling these emotions you're having to deal with, this struggle, the struggle you're dealing with regarding this other person. And I'm going to go ahead and stick with that storyline because it's coming out pretty strongly at this point in time, Virgo, that there's a third party situation and you're trying to figure out what to do about it. And you know that you have to close a cycle within a current relationship or current family situation. You're hanging on to it right now. You're a little bit worried about the possible repercussions when it comes to finances, breakup of, that's hard. Let's face it. You know that ultimately if you end something to move forward with this Queen of Wands, that there's going to be loss and hardship. Not just for the other person, but for you. Maybe you're in a marriage right now and you know that this is going to cause some problems, but you can't get away from that if you are meant to move forward with somebody else. And it makes it even more complicated when there's children involved. We have pages on the table, so they're not just, it's not just a card about giving a message, but if there's children involved, that makes the situation even more complicated. You're waiting. I think you've been in hermit mode. I think you're coming out of hermit mode. I think you're coming out of a state of being in deep contemplation about this, about how you're going to move forward. Whether this Queen of Wands is someone you've established a relationship with already or someone you want to establish a relationship with. You also know in your heart that it's unfair to them to keep them hanging. So if you're wanting to move forward, take action and move forward passionately with this new person, it may feel like a selfish move, but we all deserve love. We all deserve to be loved in a way that we give love. And if you're the King of Cups and you've got the King of Cups 3 times in your reading, Virgo, you have got to be one of the most loving people I have never met. I would love to meet you because I have a feeling I would love you. Because you are a loving individual. So because you are like that, you are that person, you're compassionate, you're caring, you don't want to cause strife in other people's lives, especially in your family, because maybe you're in a dead relation, maybe you're in a dead marriage right now, your current spouse, and you just are going through the motions day after day, wake up, feed the kids, send them off to school, go to work, come back, sit your asses on the couch, watch some TV, snack too much, maybe drink too much, and then go to bed and do it all over again. We get stuck in those modes and those relationships. But you found somebody who brings you makes you feel passionate. You've got a true pair all on the board, as Water Baby would say. True pair, King and Queen of Wands. This is a passionate relation. This is a passionate pairing. These two are excited to be together. They probably have plans and dreams and things they want to move towards that they know will be exciting. And it looks like it could very well be a passionate new beginning, but you're struggling with the feeling like you're being selfish about this move forward with this person. Virgo, if my opinion counts for anything, I vote yes. Move forward with this person. Bad things happen to all of us. It doesn't mean you're a bad person because you get stuck in bad situations. It just means that you're going through life and you made some mistakes along the way. But you know, even relationships that crumble, even relationships that fall apart are not really mistakes, especially if you learn something from them. If you can take away something for yourself and become a better person because of the mistake, right? Is it a mistake if you learned something from it, if you grew spiritually, if you were able to become a better person? I'm sorry, Virgo, I know there are a ton of distractions in this video. It's amazing I'm getting through it at this point in time. But I'm going to pull, I didn't mean to shuffle these. I wanted to do this deck, Book of Shadows. I'm going to pull some clarifiers, a few last clarifiers with my Book of Shadows deck, and then we'll call it for this reading, because I think at this point in time I'm pretty clear on the message. Just trying to give my 2 cents. But like I said before, Carmela started distracting me again. Everything that we do in our lives results in circumstances where we can learn from them or we can repeat the same mistakes. If you learn from the mistakes that you made and you move forward and you change your ways or you change your position in how you handle relationships, then that benefits you. That benefits you in your life, and you become a better person. If you do not learn from the mistakes, you will repeat the cycle. You'll repeat the mistakes and you'll go through the same thing again. So you decide how you handle the situation. Maybe you do go ahead and decide to, separate or divorce and pursue this other person, but during the time of the breakup or the separation, you take that time out from your person so that you can make sure you're taking care of business the way it should be taken care of. So that you're doing this in an honorable way, especially if there's other family members, children involved. So we have the 6 of Fire clarifying this group of, including the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. I think you're reanalyzing the situation. You're really taking a good look at it. I think you really are being responsible. Like I said, that's my opinion. You have Initiation, which is the Judgment card in reverse, clarifying your energy. Again, you're trying to decide if this is the right or wrong decision, because it's going to ultimately change your life. Whatever decision you make, whatever decision you end up making, it's going to change your life. It's either, and when I say change, if you decide to stay in your current relationship and do the same things you've been doing, 4 of Pentacles, hang on, it'll change your life, because then are you going to start harboring resentment? Are you going to start thinking about the what ifs, questioning that decision that you made? Or if you go with this new person, when you move forward, are you left with thinking, did I do the right thing? Did I hurt the other people in my life too much? Is this a selfish move on my part? Right now you're feeling lost on how to deliver this message. You are lost and grieving. And at this current moment in time, there is no movement on this message. You haven't made your decision yet. At least that's what I see. But Spirit says that it's time to take an action on this, and they're supporting you. It's time to move forward. It's time to get this devil energy out of the way and act accordingly to fix this. I think you're questioning this Maiden of Water card in the reverse would indicate someone who's childish, has their head in the clouds, making decisions for the wrong reasons. In the upright, it's complete happiness, fulfillment, offering of love. You might be feeling like this is a childish move on your part. That's why you're holding off. And you have the Path card. This is the Hermit in reverse again. So Hermit in reverse, clarifying the Hermit in reverse. You know, if you don't take a move on this passionate new beginning, then ultimately you are allowing others to make decisions for you, right? You've decided not to follow your own path. You've decided to allow peer pressure, so to speak, to control and dictate your moves. Because everybody on the outside would say, oh, well, an affair or another person, or leaving a marriage, especially when there's a family at home, for somebody else. Is that but everybody's blanket statement right off the bat is going to be, no, of course that's the wrong decision. Of course that's not the honorable or right thing to do. But then you're listening to other people, right? You're not listening to your heart. And you're the King of Cups. You're seeking more information. You might be even fishing for, trying to figure out how your partner might respond. Because right now, the 8 of Fire showed up. This is in this deck that I'm using, Book of Shadows. This card in the reverse is about self-defeating behavior, nightmares. And it's clarifying the stuck energy, the 8 of Cups, the feeling like you're running out of time to deliver this message or make a decision, feeling unjust. These nightmares are just too much. And you may be fishing for some information. In other words, you might be having conversations with your loved one, your significant other that you're currently with, maybe even your children or whatever, and kind of trying to fish to see what their reactions might be by maybe dropping some hints or having some kind of communication that will allow you to get some clarity of mind on how they might feel. Because let's face it, if your current relationship is dead, that can mean a number of things, but a lot of times it means there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of unhappiness, there's a lot of conflict anyway. I come from a broken home myself, and I can tell you that, and I have gone through 2 divorces. Not proud of it, but it happened, and you have to decide: is this current relationship I'm in healthy? Is it making my children happy? Is it making me happy? Is it the right thing to do? I just now looked at the time, Virgo. It's 43 minutes into this video. I can't believe I've gone on this long. And I hate to cut it off just because, oh my God, it's 43 minutes. My goal is not to make them so long that people just get tired of listening to it and they turn it off. But I can't help myself. This is a pretty significant reading. And I feel like you're looking for clarity, and hopefully you're watching this video so you could get some clarity. And if that's what you were seeking, I'm hoping, that's my goal, is to give you some confirmation so that you can make some decisions or feel better about the decision that you know you want to make. So if I've done that for you, I feel thankful that I did. Honestly, Virgo, I think that you know in your heart what you need to do. You already know. You know. And that's why you in your heart and your head are a little conflicted, so you're feeling lost, but you know what you need to do. And whether you decide to stay in your current relationship or not, it'll be the right decision if you go with your heart. And I'm going to leave it at that, because I think that's the best advice. I don't want to tell you what to do, and everybody's circumstance is going to be different. But in this particular reading, if I'm being honest, the person or people that I'm talking to right now for this reading, you should go ahead and move forward with this new person, because that's what I feel you want, and that's what I feel ultimately would make you happy. And frankly, if you're happy, the people around you, especially the ones who truly care for you and are looking out for your best interests, are also going to be happy. So take it how it resonates. Virgo, thank you for joining me on the Fool's Journey Tarot. I'm going to let you go at this point in time. And I really hope that I'll see you next time. Take care.